As Unger now is starting to move up on the tail enders. He's making a move around the 10 car, Rick Standridge. There's the white flag for Rick Unger. Coming around now for the checkered flag and a victory. And this the fourth heat race of the evening. Jeff Gordon driving a very nice, smooth, straight race, staying out of trouble. And Rick Unger went on to finish the fourth heat race out in front, followed by Ronnie Smith in the 5X car. Terry Shepard was third, followed by Billy Boat, Daryl Dodd, and Red Koonsbeck. Here's your fast heat race. Again, these top 10 qualifiers are guaranteed a spot in tonight's feature event. This is a chance for them to shake down their cars and get ready for the feature event. There's the green flag. The race is underway. It's Sam Rodriguez in the 03 car out in front, setting the pace. Robert Smith in the 3 car running second. Rodney Ritter in the 19 car and Bobby Davis Jr. followed by Doug Wolfgang. Your leader is still Sam Rodriguez. Robert Smith running second. Now Bobby Davis has moved into third position in that yellow Gambler, the 18 car. Rodney Ritter's in fourth. Doug Wolfgang alongside of Ritter moves into fourth position. It's Rodriguez, Robert Smith, Bobby Davis Jr., Doug Wolfgang, Rodney Ritter, and Kelly Kinzer. Dave Blaney just got by Ritter, and Kinzer moved into fourth. And on the outside, it's the 3 car. Robert Smith moves into the lead. Rodriguez is in second, and Bobby Davis Jr. running third. Your new leader now is Robert Smith. Dave Blaney moves into fourth position as he goes low on the turn 2. Your race leader is Robert Smith. Sam Rodriguez running second. Bobby Davis Jr. running third. And coming on the fourth position now, it's Dave Blaney. Good close racing for this fast heat race tonight here at East Bay. Bobby Davis makes his move into second place, goes low and into the lead past Robert Smith in turn 4. There's the white flag for Bobby Davis Jr., that Memphis, Tennessee hot shoe. Doug Wolfgang made a move and moved up into third position in this fast car heat race, and has to come down for the checkered flag. The winner is Bobby Davis Jr., followed by Robert Smith, finishing second. Doug Wolfgang was third. Sam Rodriguez was fourth. Frankie Kerr in the K54 car was fifth, followed by Rodney Ritter, Jerry Stone, Dave Blaney, Kelly Kinzer, and Donnie Kreitz Jr. Next up will be the C main. 4 cars qualify to the B. Next up, we'll have the C main event here at East Bay Speedway. And keeping in mind that this is a double race night, and we have to get that race done before the curfew takes place. Bigelow brings them around for the green flag. The race is underway. 4 of these cars will be qualifying into the B main event. Robbie Smith in the 6th car. And Kenny Jacobs is moving up good from the back. Kenny Jacobs in the 4J car. It's still no Joe Gertie. Gertie got around Tom Bigelow, moved into the lead. Bigelow is running second. Robbie Smith is third, and Kenny Jacobs is in 4th position and moving up fast on the leaders. 19-year-old Joe Gertie, Rochester, Indiana, doing a great job his second year in a sprint car. He was the Rookie of the Year last year for the All-Star Circuit of Champions, finished 4th in the point standings. And now he's out there running wheel to wheel with Tom Bigelow, and Kenny Jacobs made a move around Bigelow into 2nd position. It's Joe Gertie, your leader now. Kenny Jacobs closing up in 2nd position. Tom Bigelow running 3rd, 2 laps to go in the C main. Gertie picks up the white flag. 1 lap to go for this youngster from Rochester, Indiana. It's an Osborne chassis. Of course, it's powered by an engine his dad built, a Gertie engine. It's Tom Bigelow now trying to make a move on Kenny Jacobs down the backstretch. Gertie comes by, picks up the checkered flag. Bigelow and Jacobs side by side down the straightaway, and Bigelow moves into a 2nd place finish at the flag. Tom Bigelow come in 2nd, followed by Kenny Jacobs and Robbie Smith. Those four now qualify into the B main, which is next up on the agenda. Danny Donaldson was 5th, and Rick Standridge was 6th.
Driving car number 3G, Joe Gertie.
Joe Gertie doing a good job winning that C main event. Now he's back in the back of this lineup. The green flag's out. Tony Wyant's got the lead, followed by Tom Marks and Billy Boat as the field heads into the number 1 turn. We've got 22 cars in this event. Out in front, it's Tony Wyant in the 38 car. Fred Linder moving up in the 3X car. That's the Kinema Osborne chassis. Fred Linder alongside of Wyant now down the straightaway and into the lead. Your new race leader is Fred Linder in the 3X car. Billy Boat made a move down the backstretch into 2nd position, getting around Wyant, and Joe Gertie has moved up into 3rd position. Joe Gertie come up from the back fast today, and he's going to qualify into the A main with that driving technique. Young Joe Gertie. It's Fred Linder, your leader now. Billy Boat being overtaken by Joe Gertie, who's trying to move into 2nd position. And here comes Jacobs lapping the Terry Shepard 7S car as Kenny Jacobs is moving up fast. Coming down the main straightaway now, your race leader is Fred Linder. Joe Gertie putting on quite a challenge, though, moved into a challenging 2nd. Billy Boat running 3rd, Kenny Jacobs in 4th position. Side by side down the straightaway, it's Fred Linder, the veteran, and Joe Gertie, the rookie, as Gertie moves into the lead. Two laps to go. The starter indicates 2 more laps as Joe Gertie is bringing them around now. Fred Linder in 2nd position. And Jack Hodenschild's been moving up in the 9 car. Hod's presently running in 5th position. Your leader is Joe Gertie. 2nd place is Fred Linder. And in 3rd, it's Kenny Jacobs with Hodenschild right alongside Jacobs down the backstretch. It's the 9 yellow car of Hodenschild trying to make that move and get around Kenny Jacobs. 4 cars will be qualifying into the A main from this race. There's the checkered flag. The winner was Joe Gertie. He did it again, come back for another win. Followed by Fred Linder, Jack Hodenschild, Kenny Jacobs, Billy Boat, and Tom Bigelow. 15 laps, and Joe Gertie come back and won the B main. Great driving out of this youngster from Rochester, Indiana. Time for the 20-lap 2nd feature tonight here at Eastbay Speedway. Keeping in mind the curfew, 11:30, the red flag comes out at Eastbay. All racing activity must come to a stop. 20-lap feature tonight, paying $3,000 to win. Here's your lineup. Bobby Davis Jr. on the pole. Jerry Stone in the 21 car on the outside of the front row, followed by Doug Wolfgang. In the 54 car, it's Frankie Kerr. Then we have Kelly Kinzer. In the 5 car, Dave Blaney. 19, Rodney Ritter Jr. 69N, Donnie Kreitz. In the 03 car, Sam Rodriguez sitting next to Robert Smith. Then we have Fred Linder and Rick Ferkel. That's your top 10 as there are now 4 abreast for the All-Star Parade lap. A beautiful sight, 4 cars across here at Eastbay Speedway, and the names on the screen are the stars of this race. A lot of top drivers will be running for the $3,000 prize and additional valuable points for tomorrow night's big feature. It's Bobby Davis Jr. in the pole. Sitting alongside of him is Jerry Stone, and then Doug Wolfgang, that 29 car. Wolfgang was hot earlier in the evening, picking up the rained-out feature win. He'd like to make it 2 tonight and pick up $6,000 for his efforts. Bobby Davis begins to pick up his speed. The green flag's out. The race is underway. It's Bobby Davis out in front, standing on the gas. Doug Wolfgang drops down to the bottom, moves into a challenging second position down the backstretch. Bobby Davis, your leader. Doug Wolfgang running second. We've got a tangle down in turn 3. There's a car upside down. That's Rodney Ritter. Rodney Ritter got over a tire and got upside down. Alongside of him is the 4J car of Kenny Jacobs.
Car number 2 sitting sideways in the racetrack.
Rodney Ritter seems to be okay. He's moving around now, getting out of the car. Rodney Ritter from Bloomington, Indiana, driving the Rodney and Sue Ritter sprint car. It's 11:01. Remember that curfew, 11:30 tonight. At 11:30, the red flag comes out at Eastbay and all racing must stop. Seems to be a conflict down the straightaway. Kenny Jacobs has pulled his car up to the flag stand and stopped his car. His car was involved in that tangle down there, and him and Ed Lynch Jr. had their cars on the track. As it turns out, we find out that they were both disqualified because the crews were out there working on the cars. And if that happens during a red flag or not, if your car's on the track, it cannot be worked on. If it is, you're disqualified.
Kenny Jacobs very upset as he pulled up on the front straightaway, stopped the automobile.
Kenny needs an explanation. Now the flagman coming down, Harry D, to talk to Kenny and let him understand exactly why he's been disqualified.
So the 4J of Kenny Jacobs will be picked up on the hook and towed to the pit area.
Kenny got his explanation, but he's not very pleased with it, and Harry says, I'm sorry, that's the rules. Take her to the pits. Kenny and Ed both out of the race now, and Kenny Jacobs, a tough competitor with the All-Star Circuit champion, is not pleased with that ruling. There'll be a complete restart now. Bobby Davis Jr. sitting on the pole, that 18 car.
So they both have been moved to the pit area. They have been disqualified.
It's Bobby Davis Jr. in the 18 car alongside of the 21 Fixco car, Jerry Stone. In the second row, it's still Doug Wolfgang sitting alongside of Frankie Kerr, the K54 car. Those top 4 cars will be bringing them down for the green flag now. Bobby Davis has the pace of the race in his control. As he starts running, the rest of the cars must fall in suit. They're picking up speed now. Davis starting to put his foot into the throttle of that Gambler chassis. The green flag's out. The race is restarted. It's Bobby Davis Jr. out in front. Jerry Stone, the 21 car, running in second, and Stone makes a move and gets into the lead. Stone made a move in turn 2, moving in front of Bobby Davis Jr. Jerry Stone, the defending 1984 NCRA Dirt Champ Car champion from Oklahoma, looking very good right now driving the sprint car as he's out in front leading this A main event. It's still Jerry Stone running in second place, Bobby Davis Jr. and Doug Wolfgang moving up alongside of Bobby Davis, trying to get him now on the bottom. Jerry Stone's going to move his entire racing operation from Oklahoma to Pennsylvania this summer. He'll be running some all-star shows and quite a few races in the Eastern Circuit. Jerry Stone, presently living in Oklahoma, in the process of moving to Pennsylvania. Randy Smith has sparks off that left rear tire. Something's broke on Randy's car. He throws his hand up. He's going high. Will drop out of the action now up against the wall. That's bringing out the yellow flag until the track is cleared. Randy Smith in that 5N Merle construction car is out with some mechanical problems. Harry D says, let's line them back up single file, gentlemen. Restart this race. Doug Wolfgang on that yellow flag. Wolfgang had a flat tire and has moved into the pits. Wolfgang running third at the time of the yellow will now be starting on the tail. Coming back from the tail, Doug Wolfgang. This ought to make this feature race very interesting.
For the first 3 laps, 29. So Doug Wolfgang will rejoin the field, but will start in the back of the pack. So keep your eye on car number 29
The winningest driver here at Eastbay in the National Sprint Cars circuit is Doug Wolfgang with 5 national championships out of the last 9 years. They're coming down now. It's going to be a restart. Jerry Stone is your leader. Bobby Davis Jr. in second position. There's the green flag. The race is back underway. Frankie Kerr in third. Dave Blaney and Robert Smith running fourth and fifth, followed by Fred Linder in the 3X car and Rick Ferkel in the 0 car. And the 69 car of Donnie Kreitz got into Robert Smith in turn 2, completely up in the air. Donnie Kreitz up in the air in that 69N car and back down hard on top of a tire. That looks like it might have put Donnie Kreitz from Sinking Springs, PA, out of the racing action. It's 11:15 now, 15 minutes till red flag, and this race still has 15 laps remaining. It's Jerry Stone coming down on the restart, the 21 car, the Ofixco car, followed by Bobby Davis Jr. Kelly Kinser's running third now. Frankie Kerr is in fourth position. Running fifth is Dave Blaney in the 5 Briscoe car. It's 11:18 now as they go down the back stretch, and the green flag is about to be unfurled, hopefully for the final time to get this race off and running. Jerry Stone with a slow start drops his foot. The green flag's out. The race is underway. It's Bobby Davis Jr. on the outside, gone high, trying to get around Stoney. Kelly Kinser's moved in now into contention, and Frankie Kerr. 4 cars running very close here at Eastbay Speedway as Jerry Stone is your leader. Down the straightaway, Bobby Davis goes high and moves into second position in turn 2. It's Kelly Kinser running third. Frankie Kerr is fourth, and Freddie Linder is in fifth position. Jerry Stone is taking his line along the inside of the track on the bottom, while the hard charger from Memphis, Tennessee, Bobby Davis, likes it at the outside, the top of the track in the high groove. Running in fifth, it's the 3X car, and Jack Hewitt in 31 is running in sixth position, as Hewitt is now starting to put some pressure on the 0 car of Rick Ferkel. It's Bobby Davis Jr. now trying Stoney again on the outside. He goes high in turn 3 up against the wall. Jerry Stone stands on the gas and keeps his momentum side by side down the straightaway. And Bobby Davis moves into the lead down the backstretch. Bobby Davis, your new race leader. It's Bobby Davis, Jerry Stone, Kelly Kinser racing wheel to wheel with Frankie Kerr for third position. Running fifth is Dave Blaney in the 5 car. Now Bobby Allen back into the lap traffic, and this young driver is an expert in the lap traffic. Doug Wolfgang, who you recall started back at the back on that first restart, is back in the action. Wolfgang has moved up now on the tail of Fred Linder and is presently running in 6th position. Bobby Davis Jr. still out in front, working his way well through the lap traffic. Doug Wolfgang has moved up on Frankie Kerr. Doug Wolfgang is now in 3rd position. There's the white flag. Bobby Davis Jr. in the lead. Dave Blaney is battling with Doug Wolfgang down the backstretch for 2nd position. The checkered flag, it's Bobby Davis Jr. The time 11:21, just about too late, but they got her in. A 20-lap feature event. Finishing second, it was Dave Blaney ahead of Doug Wolfgang for 3rd. Jerry Stone faded to 4th, followed by Frankie Kerr, Kelly Kinser, Jack Hewitt, Fred Linder, Rick Ferkel, Rick Unger, Joe Gertie, Jim Haynes, Sam Rodriguez, Bob Hopp, Ronnie Smith, Jack Hodenshield, Robert Smith, Randy Smith, and Donnie Kreitz. There's a rundown of the top finishers in the 2nd feature race tonight here at Eastbay Speedway.
Well, it's Saturday,
Saturday, February the 9th here at Eastbay Speedway. This was originally the final big night for this year's Winternationals, the 9th annual. However, due to the rain on Wednesday, everything was moved back a day, so tonight it's a preliminary night. The drivers are running for additional points, which will help them for the lineup for the big show coming up tomorrow night. And what a good race we had last night with double features running that rained-out show from Thursday night. And Doug Wolfgang and Bobby Davis Jr. picked up wins driving the Gambler chassis. We're going down through the pits now, see if we can talk to a couple of the drivers that are on hand tonight. We'll be again covering the time trials, the heat races, and the big 25-lap feature event tonight, all leading up to the big $6,000 to win finale on now Sunday night. This is Bobby Davis Jr. Bobby won the feature race last night. Bobby, you got a new team this year. Why don't you tell us about your new car owner and your new team?
Okay, it's Quentin Bammer. He's from Oakland, California. Owns a body shop, Moeller Brothers. We're still with Gambler Competition, and them two just teamed up together, and we're doing about basically the same thing we had with Gil Suter last year.
I heard a rumor that there's a possibility you might run a few more All-Star shows this year. Seems that the Gambler Chassis Company has yet to win an All-Star championship, and that's the only one they haven't won, with USAC and URC and World of Outlaws being pretty well dominated by the Gambler chassis. However, last year, the All-Stars and all previous years hasn't been a Gambler chassis win that one yet. I know CK would like to have that. Is there any truth to that rumor?
Well, no, we don't really run that many All-Star races. You know, we stay on the World Outlaw circuit. To win the All-Star circuit, you know, you'd have to run just about every race to stay in the top 10 or to win. And maybe somebody in a Gambler car will win it for him, you know. We're trying to win the World Outlaws for him, so that's where we're going to stay.
Well, you looked real good here last night, Eastbay Speedway. 2 features in a row. Was that a little bit too much racing with this track, or can it handle 2 features no problem?
Well, last night it was pretty nice. You know, it handled 2 features, and looks like it might tonight. But the first night we got here, the racetrack was real bad.
But you set a new track record.
Yeah, well, we got to go out pretty early. The guys that went out late, you know, they was pretty slow. So we got going pretty good, and then the rain come, but tonight it looks like a fairly decent racetrack.
New track record again, maybe?
Yeah, we hope so, but we drawed a bad number again tonight.
Bobby, how old are you now?
21.
When did you start racing?
I was 17.
What do you think about a 13-year-old competitor and a 14-year-old competitor running wheel-to-wheel with you? Is that a little young?
Well, I don't know. It might be a little young, you know, but if he starts now and stays out of trouble and everything, he'll be darn good.
He'll be beating you someday, huh?
Yeah, he'll be tough if he hangs in there.
Keep your eye on the 18 Gambler car, Bobby Davis Jr., a tough competitor here at Eastbay Raceway. Now talking with a young driver named Jeff Gordon out of Vallejo, California. Jeff, you sure got a lot of people talking down here in Florida this year, being the youngest sprint car driver, and they keep saying you're the youngest one in the world. I personally haven't seen anybody younger, so I guess you have that somewhat notable acclaim.
Yeah, I would say I am the youngest, you know, driver. Sport Allen, you know, I've met him and everything. He's a pretty good driver, you know. I've been doing pretty good, you know, for my very first time, but hopefully, you know, every time I go out, I'll be doing better and better and better. So.
Well, I know you've got some background racing go-karts and quarter midgets. I'm sure a sprint car is a lot different than a quarter midget.
Yeah, that's for sure, because this has so much power, you know. I mean, and it's real sideways, you know. You got to keep checking her and everything. And, I mean, it just flies down the straightaway.
What about your arm strength? You got enough muscles up there to handle a sprint car?
Yeah, I think so. It's really not that hard.
You got power steering?
Yeah.
What about the idea of running with guys out there that's old enough to be your grandpa? Is that sort of rough on a young driver, thinking about all the, you know, the Wolfgangs and the veteran drivers that are really experienced?
No, I really don't think about it too much, you know. I just go out there and, you know, like, race like they're, you know, just one of me, you know.
Well, let me ask you this. If you're thinking about making a career out of sprint car driving, what's a young boy like you do for entertainment, for a hobby?
Well, not too much, you know. Skateboard, just a few things like that. Every once in a while, I race quarter midgets, you know.
Is there anything you're afraid of?
When some of the other guys, you know, get real close to you, it gets kind of scary. Or, you know, if you look like you're heading for the wall, that gets pretty scary too.
What's the older drivers, if you talk to any of them, what do they think about racing with a youngster like you?
You know, I don't think they really think, you know, too much about it. You know, they know I'm young and everything, but I think they think I have the ability to do it.
Well, that's what it takes, Jeff. Good luck to you, and I'm sure that if you continue in racing and getting this head start on the other 13-year-olds that might someday be race drivers, you could someday be another AJ for it. How about that?
All right, thanks a lot.
Jeff Gordon.
I'll be calling the action for you tonight, and you're going to see some very fast action indeed. Last night, some very fast running by Bobby Davis Jr. coming home in the second A main. The makeup A main last night was won by Doug Wolfgang, and both of those drivers were really hanging it out and taking a ride up on the high side of the racetrack.
Wolfgang hanging out again as he stands on the gas and sets the fast time of the evening, a clocking of 13.989 in the Bob Weichert Livestock Sprint Car. Here's a rundown of the top qualifiers. It was Doug Wolfgang, 13.989, followed by Harry Garrett in the 92 car. Frankie Kerr was third fastest in the 54 car, followed by Joe Gertie, Bobby Davis Jr., and Kelly Kinzer. And Bobby Davis is leading the point standings in this year's battle for the lineup tomorrow night. Bobby Davis followed by Wolfgang, Blaney, Rick Ferkel, Fred Linder, and Jack Hewitt. And now next out on the track will be the first 10-lap heat race of the evening. The lineup is in order. The car is going down the backstretch. It's Randy Standridge on the inside alongside of Terry Shepard in the 7S car. They'll be setting the pace. Harry D looks them over. They pick up their speed coming down through turn 3 and 4. The green flag's out. The race is underway. And Rick Standridge is out in front standing on the gas. Rick Ferkel made a good move down the straightaway and through turn 1. And Rick Ferkel moves into second position as they come around on lap number 2. It's Rick Standridge out in front in the 10 car, and Rick Ferkel in the 0 car running a very close, challenging second, followed by Terry Shepard and Tom Bigelow. And Ferkel makes his move down the backstretch. Rick Ferkel is literally flying tonight here at Eastbay Speedway. That Osborne chassis and that wrench of Jim Darley has really got the Rick Ferkel team looking good for 1985. It's Rick Ferkel, Rick Standridge, Terry Shepard, and now Randy Smith on the move in the Merle Construction 5M car, followed by the 3 car of Robbie Smith and Tom Bigelow in the 2V car. Randy Smith, though, he's on the move now, moving up very fast as he's trying to make some headway and catch the leader, Rick Ferkel, in the 0 car. There's the white flag, and Ferkel picks it up first, but right behind him is Randy Smith as they go on and come down for the checkered flag. Your winner is Rick Ferkel from Tiffin, Ohio. Finishing second was Randy Smith from Iowa. In third position, it was Rick Standridge from Pennsylvania, followed by Sam Rodriguez from Florida and Terry Shepard.